Today I want to share with you my favorite waterfalls on Vancouver Island. What's up guys? How you living? I hope you're doing well today wherever you are, whatever you're up to. Over the last year on this channel, there's been a lot of growth. In fact, this channel has more than doubled in size in the last 365 days. And so I want to say a massive welcome to everybody who's new, everybody who's jumped into the community, and of course, a big welcome back to the OG gang and everybody else who comes along every single episode, cheers us on, leaves comments below, which by the way, I love interacting with. I love getting that ping on my phone and there's a comment from some far-flung place across the planet or even just down the street from me. It's so good to hear from you guys. I'm so glad you're part of the community and you interact with me. It's absolutely wonderful. So I spent some time earlier this week kind of looking back, and I figured I'd share with you guys a list of my favorite waterfalls on Vancouver Island. Now, there's more than these ones. These are just the ones I've been to. So this list may change, it may expand in the future, but as of this moment, here are my favorite. So number one on the list has got to be Hole in the Wall. It's by Port Alberni, which is just roughly an hour away from where I live here. And it's incredibly unique. It's literally what it sounds like. It's a rock face that has a hole that's been kind of bored through it by water over the years. And this river runs through this hole and then cascades down before it continues along the next riverbed in this beautiful, small, but spectacular waterfall. I mean, when you think about the amount of time it took for nature to construct this beautiful spot, there's a reason why it's number one on my list. I love this spot. There's a few other waterfalls in the area around it, so you can go and see this one and then you can kind of journey down and see another one, and it's a beautiful spot. It's number one on my list. It's actually the second video that Char and I ever took you guys on this channel. It is absolutely unique and it's spectacular in the way that it was created. So number one, Hole in the Wall. Well, the second one on my list is Stocking Creek Park. It's a favorite for two reasons. One, there's some great hiking trails, walking trails in the area that you can kind of just meander through. In the fall, there's just carpets of leaves that you can walk on. In the summer, it's just crisp and beautiful. They ultimately take you to the waterfall at the park. And this waterfall, we've made a video or two actually even before, I think, and I've even made a 360 video there. And what's unique about it is you can actually go in behind the waterfalls, back there with all the rocks and the creepy crawlies and the kind of the wet, cavey kind of area. But looking through it is just like this. It's like looking through this curtain into the river downstream beyond. So it is, again, an incredibly unique spot on Vancouver Island and is a favorite of mine for waterfalls. So that's number two. Number three is a little bit closer to home. It's little Qualicum Falls. It's just literally up the road from my house, and it's a series of waterfalls. The river comes into the park and then goes into these narrower rock areas where the water kind of goes down in this vale and another vale, and you've got all the mist that's rising from it. And well done to those who built the park, because it's got some great vantage points built in where you can stand and just be enthralled with the beauty of it all. Take pictures and capture images of this gorgeous, gorgeous spot. This particular park I just find incredibly peaceful to go and explore. And as you move through the trails on both sides and across bridges over the river and the waterfalls, there's just so much to take in and so much to enjoy in this spot. You can camp in the area, which is unlike some of these other spots to get to. There's no camping. This is a beautiful spot. So Little Qualicum Falls, number three on the list. Again, I think I'm saying for all of these, one of my favorites, but they all really, really are. Number four on my list, Charlene and I went to earlier this year, and we really had to work for it. I think it was a video called like 5 waterfalls in one day or something like that. It's again, just a series of different waterfalls. What I like about these ones is there's a mix at Christy Falls. Some of them are quite high and they come down the rock faces. Other ones are a little bit smaller. Other ones end up in huge pools of water. So there's a lot of diversity in the beauty of this particular one. It was a bit of a longer hike in to get there, but it was well worth it. And if you're into geocaching at all, there's a number of geocaches along the way. I don't know how many, I think we did like a dozen that particular day, just getting to the waterfall. So that was pretty sweet. Christy Falls, that is my fourth favorite spot for waterfalls on the island. Well, number 5 is Englishman River Falls. Just up the road, it's another close one to us. And this one's a much wider waterfall where the river comes over and then literally disappears into this crevasse that's been kind of carved out over the centuries and then reemerges underneath the bridge that overlooks the waterfall. And so it's a great vantage point for taking pictures. You can go on trails that go right up to the river above the falls, and you can get right up close to the water. It's a beautiful falls. And then further down the trail, there's another second waterfall. It's kind of a little swimming hole. I've never swam here, but it's something I want to do someday. The water is so crisp and clear down there all the time. That's one of the things that impresses me about so many Vancouver Island waterfalls and river areas. They're coming right off the mountains, and so they're absolutely crystal clear and beautiful. Which brings us to number 6 on the list. I hope we're not going too fast for you guys. This is Ammonite Falls. I've only been there one other time. Charlene's been there a bunch of times, totally jealous. It's actually the one we were going to go to this weekend, but the weather kind of turned bad, and so we didn't get a chance to get out and to go there. Ammonite Falls is one that I've never seen in the winter when the water is really rushing over it. Instead, I saw it in the summer. It was beautiful then. It ends up in a swimming hole where you can just go for a dip if you don't mind freezing yourself. But it's tall and it's gorgeous, and it is probably one of the more spectacular ones on Vancouver Island as far as height goes and the amount of water coming over it in the winter as opposed to the summer months. So Ammonite Falls near Nanaimo, number 6 on the list. But again, these are in no particular order because I feel like they're all number 1s. They're all absolutely gorgeous. We've got 2 more to go. Number 7 on the list, hang on, Hole in the Wall, Stocking Creek Falls, Little Qualicum, Englishman River. And that brings us to the last waterfall on our list. It's one that we found this last summer. It's a secret hidden waterfall. We actually walked right by the entryway to it, not even realizing it was there. And then we asked some people and we had to backtrack and then head in down this little path with cliffs on both sides with just a little creek coming out of it. And we finally got to look up, look up, look up. Wow, this hidden waterfall on the east side of Vancouver Island. This one is one of those Instagram spots that is so worthy of the attention it gets. It's absolutely beautiful. So these really are my favorite waterfalls because of the beauty of each of them, because of the diversity and unique distinctive of every single one. I mean, this is more than just a bunch of water going over a bunch of rocks. That's not why these ones are my favorite. They're my favorite because all of them are just incredibly peaceful places to be at. You close your eyes, you listen to the white noise of the water rushing over the falls. It's just relaxing, and you could just lose yourself in time being there. So you guys, I've just kind of run through my top 7 favorite, most favorite, throw grammar aside, my top 7 most favorite waterfalls on Vancouver Island. Which one was your favorite? Leave a comment below, let me know. And how about waterfalls where you live? What do you got out there? Share some of your favorite spots with me below. It's been great seeing you guys today, and as always, get off the couch, get outside and explore creation and go find some waterfalls. Peace.